Black Compass Media Podcast starts now.
Black Compass Media, back with another one, man. Everybody on a Thursday. It's snowing in the Northeast. Shout out to everybody that's out there right now that's not ready for the winter like myself. I still don't got a coat. I know I said I was gonna get a coat, but I haven't got one. Special guest today, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that's been really following the culture, giving dope perspective, coming from a different point of view and things of that nature. And I embrace that, you know, especially shout out to everybody across the pond as well. You seen her around, you seen her on the last of the estimate card turning up and everything with Jay Black on the commentary. She has her own channel as well, voicing the culture out here. Tanika Tan, what's going on?
What's good? Thank you for that intro.
Hey, listen, we gotta make it proper. You know what I mean? We gotta make it proper. You know. So.
Come on, I don't have a coat either, by the way. So you're not the only one.
Wait, you don't have a coat? Wait, you tripping? Because it's
no.
It's
I'm
overcast.
Serious.
It's overcast 9 months out of the year over there, and it's cold. How do you not have a coat yet? What are you doing?
Do you know what it is? I have a couple coats, but they're thin. I don't. You know that winter jacket that's really the one that's gonna last you. I didn't buy that this year. Yeah. I've been surviving.
Yeah, you got the windbreaker. That windbreaker get disrespected when that wind comes past. Yeah, I know.
I need to get me one of those.
That's what's up. Well, I like to have this, especially with, you know, we had this with battlers, we had this with people, just different people within the culture and everything like that, outside of our normal, you know, show criteria and everything. I think especially because it's your first time on here, and I've been in media for a little bit. I feel like it's our first time really interacting, things of that nature. So just for the people out there that are listening, you know what I mean, just give a little bit of brief rundown of, you know, how you got into this and what sort of drives the passion that we all see, you know, that comes across the camera. Wow.
I mean, okay, where do I start? How did I get into this? The blogging side of things for me, I never planned to start blogging. It's not something I really thought about. It kind of just happened. I had about 2 or 3 kind of random YouTube videos up because I work in radio outside of battle rap. That's what I do. I'm a presenter. And during those vlogs, I would mention like battle rap bars here and there, just in my normal, when I'm speaking. And a couple of people that were watching said, why don't you start blogging on battle rap? There were a couple of fans. Shout out to, I think it was Johnny Guns. He's been someone that's been watching me for a while. So yeah, I thought, you know what, why not? And I kind of just started putting up predictions, putting up blogs. I hosted Battle of the Brave, which was an event over here in the UK. Obviously, we had like Hollow Pat Stay on that card, Hitman, Arsenal, JC, and it's kind of just kept rolling from there. As for the passion, it just comes naturally. I love battle rap. I genuinely do. I watch battles pretty much every day. I'm always talking about it. I never get sick of it. So that's that really.
Now, in the world of in this chauvinistic, hyper macho, misogynistic at times world, how does one demure young woman find her way into this and to the point where you want to give commentary? Like, how does that happen?
That's a good question. I mean, it kind of is at points like stepping in a lion's den. But I find with battle rap, so far with me anyway, maybe I've been quite blessed, but the reception that I've been given has been nothing but nice. You know, there's the odd few people who don't like me, and that's cool because not everybody will.
Yeah. But I'm after that. I'm after this too. But yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, sure.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just into the bars, and I find battle rap is very welcoming. If you're truly about it and people can tell, you know, you're not some kind of culture vulture and you really do enjoy hip hop and real rap, then I feel like they kind of forget about who you are. Do you know what I mean? You just become part of the crowd. So that's what I found with this.
Yeah. You know, and I do think like the community, I always say we don't get enough credit for how safe it is. But I feel like if you are a woman that wants to get into it, it's not like it's a whole barrier of old boys club. Like, no, you can't do it. Or were you met with any resistance when you turn the camera and you trying to break down these disrespectful lyrics? Like, were you met with any like, yo, what is she talking about? She don't know nothing about letting the Ruger clap. Like, what's going on? Like, how did that come off for you?
Do you know what? At first, I think people were a bit skeptical. You know, rightly so. They were thinking, who's this? You know, this UK girl. Her accent's funny. She don't know what she's talking about. She don't get the bars, but I think it's kind of talked for itself. The more blogs I've put up, I feel like you can't fake this. You can't fake battle rap. If I didn't truly understand a bar, you would know. You know, it's very intricate.
Right.
And people figure you out. I really do believe that. So it's been good so far.
So early on, my earliest memories of battle rap were probably like HBO, the Blaze battles and stuff like that, and the stuff they did with MTV. And then I got into grind time, right? So I was a young kid buying, I'm sure you hear about it over here in the States. It's a little bit different setup, but y'all got bodegas out there too. We would go to the bodega, go to the box of the mixtapes and all that and the DVDs, and we would buy that. And that was the early exposure to battles. How did it happen for you? What was the early battle where you was like, you know what? I'm rocking with this. This is it right here.
Man, in the UK, we had something called Jump Off. It's a little bit, it's not quite the same as the stuff you've mentioned, but it had a slight battle rap feel to it. They did used to put on some battles on there, really old school ones. But in terms of the first battles, I could honestly say I started watching, I would say it's been about 5 years. So I definitely don't have as many years in this as a lot of you guys do. But it was UK stuff. Actually, Dope Flop in the very, very beginning, when Dope Flop were putting out a lot of content, there was about a year, I would say, when it was just everywhere. Dope Flop were really putting on for the UK. Arsenal came over, of course, battled Shotty. And then I kind of transitioned onto that into watching URL, caught up with the whole history properly. Lux Cow, do you know what I mean? Classics like that. And sort of the rest is history. It's crazy.
Okay. Well, now this is so when I meet another battle rap fan, a battle rap aficionado, there are a few battles that I go back to just to get a temperature. Lux and Calicoe. Okay. Who do you got winning? Just please say the right thing. But who do you got winning?
Is there a right answer?
I kind of think I think there is. Yeah, I do. You know, but I want to hear what you have to say. Who do you got? Cal and Lux. Let's just start there.
We can start. I got Lux.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I do. I mean, shout out to Calicoe. You know, it was a great battle from Calicoe, but I'm not in my bias bag. But there's something about Lux, you know. And in that battle particularly, he was on job in that battle. So I do, watching it back, it's a classic for sure. But I think I had Lux with that one.
Okay. And the entire society breathes a collective sigh of relief because Tan is not crazy, right? So
thank you.
Shout out to the 124 that's in here right now. That's the battle, right? That's the Rorschach test of like this battle rap thing, like, you know what I mean? Like depending on who you got in that. And I see, shout out to my man Taylor, man, he a troll 3-0. Yeah, you a troll. Calicoe 3-0, we're not doing that.
Oh no, that didn't happen.
Right. So as you start getting into this stuff and you know what I'm saying, you get all the matchups that come out, the pay-per-views. You said you was already involved in the London scene. Had you made it over to the States and seen some battles, or like what was your
Never.
You know, how have you sort of kept up with everything, you know?
Never. I've been to America, but this is when I was about 10. So I definitely went there for no rap battles at that point. But no, I've never seen a URL event in the flesh apart from SMA, of course. But in terms of keeping up, I do my best. I mean, there's so much going on over there in terms of leagues. I find a lot of the PG talent, even at the PG lower tier level in America, is of a crazy high standard.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people to sort of keep your eye on at once. But I just sort of watch what naturally I fuck with, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or every now and again, I'll sort of search a league. So I might type in We Go Hard or Gate to the Garden, etc. See what they've got going on. And then I'll just sort of catch up like that.
Okay, yeah, just real student of the game type stuff, and I've so I go all over too because I like to know what is next on the horizon, like who is next on the horizon and things like that. But like, what type of? Give me a rundown of some of your favorite battlers, like people that you really just rock with. They don't have to necessarily be the best. I'm not saying that, but people that you like to turn your computer up, like you listening to, like who you rocking with.
Oh, all right. I got a few. I've got a few. My top 5 and stuff changes. But I do love Twerk. Let's get that out of the way right now because I know some people love or hate him. But I love Twerk. I really do. I love Chess. I think Chess is a star. It was sad. I was sad to see him sort of take that little break, but it was needed.
Right.
And against Twerk, you know, I'm happy to see him back. So definitely Chess. Who else? I would say Chef Trez.
Chef Trez.
I love Chef Trez.
Chef
I
Trez
think
don't
he's
win
amazing.
battles though. That's my man, but he don't be winning. But you know,
You can't say that.
come
Really?
on, Tan.
Well, he
Look,
beat
just 'cause-
Chess.
yeah,
He
just
beat
'cause-
Chess.
Did he?
You
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
You
Oh,
can't.
yeah, no, he
argue
beat.
that.
No. He beat Chess. He beat Chess. Chess choked.
Okay.
I was in the room. My bad. I'm drunk. But they'll say.
Yep.
So and we not about to just let you slide just because we got the nice little thumbnail, voice side. Like, no, we not about to do any of that. All right.
Okay.
Trez don't be winning no damn battles. He beat Chess because Chess choked 50 times in the first round. Like, come on now.
Yeah, he did. You know what? If there's one battle I would like to see a rematch happen for, is that one. Because
Okay.
Chef Trez has been winning chess for years. I did an interview with Chef Trez about 3 years ago, and I asked him, who do you want to battle? And back then he said chess. So when I saw that announced, I was like, oh shit, this is a great matchup. And then obviously chess didn't come on 100, which is a shame. But I don't know. I wouldn't say he doesn't win battles. I think he just comes up against... He has good battles. He has rewatchable battles.
That's true.
For sure. He doesn't get killed. Can we say he gets killed?
Killed? Nah, not really. I don't know if he gets killed. You know what I'm saying? But I think the thing about chess is like he has that extra gear. I think some people are as good as they are. They don't have that extra gear, like where they can just go into some crazy outer space, like uncharted territory with battle rap shit. I think chess has had multiple transcendent battle rap rounds, like the round he gave Tay-Rock in the first round and the rounds that he gave Saga in second and third. I don't think everybody has that gear, but chess is not always on that gear. That's why I think makes him special. You know what I'm saying? So, but Trez to me, outside of the freestyling is incredible. He does have nothing but close matchups, but to me, it's not dominant though. Like I don't see him as a threat really. You know what I mean? Like if I'm just going after that.
I mean, yeah, respect. Yeah, I can see why you think that.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's got more in the tank. I think he needs a little bit longer in the game. I think give him a few more matchups.
Mm-hmm.
And we could be surprised. I'd like to see him against Bangs. I think that would be quite out there, but it would work. Obviously,
I
Bangs
like that
freestyling.
one too. That's fire. Bangs versus chess. That's fire right there.
Yeah. Or versus Chef.
Okay.
Versus Trez. Yeah. I think that would work.
All right. Do you think people are, because we get on the whole thing about like stars and, you know what I'm saying, that moment when you realize like, yo, this dude is really it. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think people are anointing stars too quickly in the culture now? Like we're going and we're saying, yo, this dude, this is the guy right now. Too quickly.
Right. That's a good one. Not really. I mean, it depends who we're talking about. The only person I could think of who's been given that kind of, he's had a major come up would be New Jersey Twerk, right? Obviously he's been battling for a minute, but over the last sort of year or so, he's really become that, he's seen as that guy. But I think rightfully so. I think if you've got it, you've got it, and it shows. So yeah, I don't think people really give props unless they're due in this culture. I think it's hard for someone to say that about you. Right.
You think it's just a culture of showing improving. Although, I think it's right to an extent. I think that there is a need sometimes to insulate people that we just like from having to deal with the consequences of winning and losing, right? Like winning and losing matters if we don't like you that much. That bothers me. It does. Because to me, this is a sport. How do you view it as a sport or just competitive entertainment? Like, I don't know. Somebody put like a funny title on it. Like, do you think of it like how WWE does sports entertainment instead of wrestling? Like, do you think of battle rap as the same way?
I think battle rap is a sport. I think it's a sport. I think it's a crazy skill. I respect anybody who can put together 3 good rounds. Honestly, I said at SMA I was talking and I said to a lot of people, to me anyway, battlers are like stars to me. When you see a rapper drop a freestyle, like, that's all right, but can you write a round? Can you really write how these guys are right? It's different. K-Shine, Professor Shine, all of that. Science lessons, it's there's so much to battle rap. I would say it is a sport.
I think when I was a little younger, we kind of had a little bit more of a, like it was like, yo, he definitely won. He definitely lost. And everything was consensus and you getting things based on what you do or don't do. Do you think matchups should be based on who wins and who doesn't win? Or should it just be based on so can rap well, other person compliments well, so let's set it up? What do you think about that?
As in, like, how should the matchups be decided?
Yeah, like should people just if I'm on a winning streak and I'm not quote unquote exciting, like I'm not chess, like I'm not New Jersey Torque giving you moments and all that, but I'm winning my battles. Should I still be getting top battles, or should I be passed up for people maybe who aren't winning and a little bit more entertaining?
Wow, that's a big one there. Let me think about that.
Oh yeah, we came to play 10. I don't know. This been a long overdue interview, so we working. Yeah. Yeah, let's go.
I was expecting this, but you still got me. Let me think. I think there's so much though when it comes to arranging matchups. I think in an ideal world, it would come down to, okay, this person's got an amazing pen. They've been writing consistently for the last year. Mm-hmm. So they deserve this name. But at the same time, it's a case of give the people what they want, you know? And some people in battle rap are amazing writers, but they just don't, for some reason, that light isn't shining on them. And I don't necessarily know why that is. And in some cases, it's actually oversaturation. And I think in their cases, they need to fall back for a bit and do less battles. I think some of them battle more when that happens because they're like, you know, no one's respecting me. I need to battle 10 people this year, when really that could have the opposite effect of what they're aiming for. But to answer your question, I think it's a mixture of both.
Okay. It's tough because I dig you on the idea of oversaturation. I think that maybe we've hit a point now where marketing is really going to start to matter. That's kind of what seems like it separates cats. It's like if you have a brand behind you, if we can, give a slogan or elevator pitch behind who is this person, right? Who is this battle rapper right here? It changes the whole dynamic. But for some reason, all the wordsmiths get punished with this because they so busy concentrating on writing dope shit than, coming out with a whole package for you. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I look at it. Champion of the year, battler of the year. Let's talk. Let's talk about it. Come on now. Because Summer Madness 8 was consequential. We all know, right? But going into that, the battle was between K-Shine, Geechee Gotti, Iron Solomon has been mentioned, John the Don, and Pat Stay. These are some of the names that have come up. Who are you calling? Who are your contenders for that? And who are you saying right now? And on 11-15, like who are your guys for champion of the year?
Who have I got for my... Right, okay. Well, first of all, this can change, We still got, just over a month left of the year. We got a couple cards coming up, so we never know what could happen. But at the minute, for me, it's K-Shine's so convincing. I just saw his champion episode.
Yeah.
He's so convincing. Like, champion. Yeah. He's in my head right now. But it's between K-Shine and Geechee for me. It is. I think Geechee's had an amazing year. Some could say he's lost. He's lost a couple battles. Rum Nitty for me was a close one. Even though people...
My bad.
Right, okay.
We missed that stuff. But Polo, my fault. Thank you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I felt some shit was going wrong.
Did you?
I'm like, yo, let me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what you know what I'm saying. I'm here.
Polo has a light skinned girl spider sense, so he just knew Tam was on. Like he just knew Tam was gonna be here. Yeah. That's why he showed up. But
I don't even know who this beautiful sister is, but you know what I mean. I'm gonna find out. I like her voice.
We was about to kill her about champion. We was about to ask her about champion of the year.
Right.
Yeah, she said she agreed. K-Shine. She said she think. Oh no. Yeah, she said she think K-Shine is. But because I'm saying if we going based off of last year's made up rules, where a nigga said Tay Rock couldn't win it because he had a debatable, then why does Geechee automatic? I don't get it.
Yeah. Well, Ted, give us the rundown of your K-Shine logic, because that's where we got cut at. My bad on that too, but that's where we got cut. Right. So give me your rundown on that one.
I think K-Shine's been in his bag this year. I think K-Shine has two levels for me. Even when he's not completely on 100, he's still very good. Do you know what I mean? But you could tell when K-Shine's in his bag, obviously against Averb, Classic. And I feel like we've had that kind of K-Shine for an entire year. The J Mills thing, he did that whole Lil Wayne uproar flow. He killed, who else did he have this year? Ines, Young Cannon. the Av battle. So I think K-Shine is just consistently put on this year. So we kind of have to say his name in this conversation. As for Geechee, I think Geechee would win most improved. I think he's done a hell of a lot better this year. His name's getting out there a lot more. But like Polo was saying, there was those couple debatables, you know? So I guess... Mm-hmm. But if they battle like they're supposed to be doing, that could clear this up.
Yeah, I think so.
Yo, we need to get a drop on her voice. Like, we need to get her to say Black Compass.
Yeah, we need something. Yeah.
That is so random.
I'll send you my paper.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
You sound like LMA.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you sound like...
She said my price is my price, nigga. But go ahead, Polo.
Nigga said say Maybach music.
Yo.
Oh, no.
Nah, but I mean, I ain't gonna front. I think Pat Stay could be in the talks. I think Iron Solomon could be in the talks.
Right.
I think maybe Danny Myers, but that's reaching. But I feel like Danny Myers didn't kill him. He did really good, but he didn't really beat anybody notable like that much this year. As much like Pat Stay, Iron Solomon, K-Shine, Geechee. I think those dudes definitely deserve it. Is there any way we're not doing no Rookie of the Year? Like, nobody does that. Can we do like a Black Compass Rookie of the Year?
Or they should do that. We should do. I mean, because Rookie's tough. That's why I prefer Breakout. Like Breakout Battler of the Year. Like who really leveled up this year. And I got some people in the running for that. I ain't gonna lie. I mean,
who have you got?
Drugs, bro. Shout out to Drugs. Besides for that one Danny Myers fiasco, which Drugs. It took me a while. Like I don't know about that still. I think as far as putting on, like that dude he's leveled up big time in my opinion. I would say Geechee, but shit, last year was Geechee. Geechee was the guy last year.
Yeah, I don't think Geechee really a break. You can't win Rookie of the Year 2 years in a row, man.
Yeah, breakout star. Who you thinking, Tan? Breakout star.
Breakout star. I mean, I think. Let me think. I think Ryder. If we're talking about people who I've seen improve, I think Ryder had a couple moments this year. But what was it against Prez? He was in a different bag, you know. So I'd say Ryder definitely changed something. Jerry West, in my opinion, had a good pick. Fucking rebrand.
Yeah.
You know, he was sort of sick of people just not rating him, and you saw a difference in his style, his aggression, his bars, the way he put them together. So I think Jerry West deserves a mention. Who else? Easy to Block Captain. Mm-hmm. I love him.
That twerk situation kind of, that was bad for him. It got bad for him against New Jersey Twerk. Easy to Block Captain. Yeah, so I'm like, But that's a good pick too. Wait, who you said? You said Grizz?
I said Young Grizz as well. Matt Mel. You know, there's a couple of franchise. There's a few of those kind of guys who are just on fire. Yeah. And I think next year, if they keep going how they're going, it would be a good year.
Right. I agree. We want to see bigger plates, bigger bags for some of these people. But you know what? Now that we saying all the names, I don't know if it's a surefire joint either. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, damn. Now that you're saying all them names, we really gonna have to go back and vote on that, like just as a culture. Now, shout out to 3-Letter Man. He is here. He says that he believes it's K-Shine too. He just don't believe you can just automatically give it to him. Like it can definitely be debated here. It can.
Yeah. I ain't gonna front. I was gonna go a different direction with Breakout. I think Breakout can either go to Pat Stay or K-Shine or Iron Solomon. I think those three had the best year by far. Yeah, that Breakout meaning like they can't they revamped their career. Like Pat Stay kind of was on a downcline like a year or two ago. He was losing battles back to back. And out of nowhere, he just started 3-0ing people. What's the other nigga name? Iron Solomon. Iron Solomon his last 2 years has been crazy. So I think he had a breakout year. Like I think he had a breakout year, and I definitely think K-Shine again had a breakout year. K-Shine his last year wasn't really that good. If y'all remember, and then he came into this year killing everybody. And he said while he was in and out of jail, blah blah blah. So he got. I mean, I think he'd get breakout of the year too. Most improved or whatever. Is that fall under the same category?
I mean, what do you think, Tan?
I don't know. With Pat Stay, I don't know. I mean, I see what you're saying, but he hasn't really changed his style. I wouldn't say so. He's the same Pat Stay. He's been doing very, very well this year for sure. And I think with Pat Stay, he's taken himself out of his comfort zone. He's gone to different leagues. So I think maybe that's why that argument comes up.
I tend to agree that his style kind of stayed the same. What was surprising and actually what's a little bit refreshing is like fans of this hardcore shoot 'em up, bang bang, gun bar shit are really liking what Pat Stay's doing because he's making fun of a lot of that.
Right.
He's making fun of the way that he broke down the pocket tap was great. Like nuclear war, global warming, pocket tap. Like that shit was, it was perfect, right? So
he's good at that. He did that in London with Tay Rock as well. He did the exact same kind of angle. Was it
a shock in London when with Tay Rock and Pat Stay? First of all, how'd you call? Did you call that for Pat Stay? I want to make sure. And was it a shock in the crowd when Pat Stay did what he did with Rock?
I think so. It was because I don't know if you guys did you see the pay-per-view, but when Tay Rock came out, the building went crazy. Tay Rock is like one of the most loved battlers when it comes to the UK, hands down. People traveled. I talked to someone personally that came from Amsterdam just to see Tay Rock. All right, so people are catching flights. So like for sure, when it was expected that Tay Rock would 3-0 him after the first, I had Tay Rock taking the first, but Pat Stay, I don't know, he just had a certain thing about him. In the second, obviously he rattled Tay Rock with the bar about his son. Which was the miscommunication because Tay Rock didn't actually speak about Pat Stay's kids.
And we spoke about it up here because Pat Stay said, I call you a bitch and your son. That's the type of shit I say to your mom. That's what he said.
Exactly.
So
So I think in the heat of the moment he just heard son bitch and he closed his ears from there, Understandable.
Yeah, that's understandable. I ain't gonna lie. If I had kids, son and bitch, like what? With my kid in there.
That's
Wait
it.
a minute. Yeah.
That's what he heard. But I did have in the building. I had Pat Stay taking the second and the third. I had Rock taking the first. But it was a shock. I think it was a shock. Same with Iron. I think people expected T-Top to take that clear, but you can't underestimate Iron. You know what his pen is like. And he did well. He had a lot of London catered bars, and I think that's what swung it for him in the building.
So wait a minute. The London pandering, let's address that. Because, now, shout out to my man Tom from Battle Rap Resume, because I did hit him up, because I was like, yo, I'm a setup. I'm a fan of setups, right? Like if you have dope setups, I look for that, right? So when Hollow did the whole, I take you to, we say it leads to a Liverpool, like something leads to a Liverpool, like something like that. It was like a London scheme. Yep. I went crazy. Then Tom was like, yo, people say shit like that all the time. It's like a defeat bar in America or some shit. Like people say shit like that all the time. What did you think about like what they came for London? Was it what you expected, or was people trying to be too creative up there? What do you think about that?
I think that every single battler at SMA, in my opinion, did amazing in terms of the level that they wrote to. Because in the UK, I think it's fair to say, when it comes to Americans flying over here, it's always been a conception that they're just not going to write. They don't really take the UK seriously. It's more just like a free flight. It's rare that we get an American that comes over and they write to the standard they would write to if they were back home. So obviously they all put on. Every single person came with bars. In terms of the London bars, I get what Tom is saying. I guess they're simple bars. The Liverpool one is not, it's not the craziest bar of the year or anything. But I just think it made the fans feel appreciated. It made them feel like, oh shit, you actually took the time to think about what we're into. Twerk did it with the Tottenham football shirt. It didn't go down well.
Yeah, that was a swing and a miss. That's not your team over there, right? That's not the.
There are Tottenham fans, but no, they're not the most loved team. Right, Arsenal. So there was a lot of Arsenal supporters in the building, and them two teams are like rivals. That's why that didn't go down well.
Now, if Arsenal would have freestyle about him, like how you gonna expect to beat Arsenal with top? Like that would have went crazy.
Shit!
The roof would have came off that motherfucker, right? Like,
wow. It would have been great. That's why when Arsenal took his shirt off against Shotty and he had the Arsenal shirt on, it was a wrap from there. Yeah. So I think Twerk might have even seen that and thought, all right, I'm going to hit him with the Tottenham shirt. But, next time it might work. Different crowd.
Okay. I was impressed by the level. I was impressed that as a culture, we took the show on the road and went over to, the UK, which has always been a big hip hop hub. You know what I'm saying? Early hip hop, before America even knew what to do about hip hop, y'all was already kind of on it. So I'm glad we got to see, you know, that type of showing. Like, what, you being a part of this whole thing and really being in something that's very niche, is it even crazier out there? Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, in terms of like the community just being really small and close knit, and how are you guys trying to grow it out there?
Do you mean in terms of the hip hop community or
yeah,
battle rap?
Like battle rap, hip hop. Well, I mean, I know y'all got big, heavy battle rap or hip hop roots, but like when it comes to battle rap, is there, you know, I mean, how would you describe the scene out there from multiple perspectives, being a woman and that nature, like out in London? Like how does that work for you?
Okay. How would I describe the UK scene? Jesus. I would say we've got a lot of work to do. I have to keep it 100% real. I think okay, I'm going to start with the positives. It's always good to start with those. I think there's a league called Gift of the Gab over here. Great league. They have that proper real underground street feel, like true to the art form, if you want to say.
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, we have a lot of leagues, or in fact, forget the leagues. We have a lot of battlers that are just not of standard. And I really do mean that. I think the standards are set very low, if I'm being completely honest with you. Bar-wise. I think as well, there's a misconception that's been built specifically over the last year. I think it's been really bad for the UK.
What's that? What's the misconception?
That we don't actually know how to bar properly. The UK battlers don't bar. It's become more jokes over bars. The crowds, I've noticed a change in the actual audience that are going to certain types of events. They don't look like a hip hop crowd.
Don't be PC. Don't do it a PC, Tan. Tell me, crunchy ass white people starting to show up in sandals. Tell me.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Like, listen, anybody of any race is welcome at a battle rap event. But what I will say is, I feel like the culture is not being represented. In terms of hip hop, I almost feel like, as a hip hop fan, as a true battle rap fan, I sometimes feel like a guest at these events, where really it should be the other way around, because there isn't enough of a foundation here. And the battlers that we do have that are good, like Gemini, for example, like he said himself, he hasn't even watched UK battle rap this year. How can one of our best battlers not watch our own scene? It's because the scene is bad. It's on life support right now. If you want me to be 100%, it is. It really is.
Wow.
Something does need to change over here, for sure.
And I hate to almost think that, like, maybe with the way that battle rap is portrayed in mainstream media, it does sort of welcome a sort of audience that's a little bit more jovial. They don't have that sense of, you know, importance or grind or anything. They just want to hear really funny, you know, almost spoken word. That Marlo Shuffle T, I hate to single them dudes out because I know that they influential. But that shit to me, I'm like, okay, that's the beginning of the end. Like, I don't even know. It looks like a stage play sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I can't. I can't do it. Like, I don't even know. I'm like, is he even rapping? He's just.
That's what a lot of people think. That's what a lot of Americans think. When, you know, for an example, shout out to Shuffle T. He's in his own lane, and he has done a lot in terms of the, you know, the UK scene, I guess, as a whole. But just the rapper versus Shuffle T, if we want to talk about that for an example. For one, when I first saw that, I didn't understand why that matchup was put together. When you asked me earlier about why people put together matchups, on paper that doesn't work. Right. Shout out to Jazz. I love Jazz, you know. So to have her come over and come out of her, you know, her comfort zone, of course, that's always a positive. But in terms of the UK scene, the crowd that came to that battle, there was a certain part of the round, they weren't reacting to anything she was saying, hardly. But I think she said something like "suck your mum," and then the whole crowd reacted.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, stop it.
What do you mean stop it? Is it like a white, like when you catch people, like when Boondocks was popping, the Boondocks, the cartoon was popping, and you catch certain people that saying the jokes, and you like, oh hell no, like it just now it's cringy now because I see that you picked up on this. Like what was it? Why do you look at them crazy when they
at the crowd?
That? Yeah.
I don't. This is the thing, right? It's not even about looks. It's not like if I see a white person, I'm mixed race, you know. I don't see a white person and think what you doing at a battle rap event, you don't get the bars. Of course not.
Mhm.
However, for me, it comes down to culture, right? And I feel like 80% of UK crowds, or even the UK battlers themselves, some of them, in terms of the bars that they're writing, it's not representing the culture. And I think that's where the problem lies. There would be no problem with a league that only does jokes if we had that foundation already. Then that's just a side thing to the main. Do you see what I'm saying? But
I understand.
at the moment, those side things are our main. We don't have, it just don't exist, in my opinion. That there is no real raw, this is battle rap, this is real. Like, fuck the jokes for a little bit. Let's get serious. And even jokes aside, the level of bars is nowhere near good enough.
Yeah.
I could count on my hands the top battles from the UK this entire year. If we're talking in America, I need a couple people to help me. You know, there's a big difference.
Wow.
There's a big difference.
Wow. Okay. You know, from talking to some of the cats from the UK in the group and things like that, shout out to Raheem and Cam and all that, people that, you know, rock with us and everything. They always do say, you know, that street element, like they all real. It's funny because everybody that I talked to from the UK is like, my favorite battle is Shotgun Suge and Tay Rock, and you know what I'm saying, and like they want to hear a certain type of aggressive style, and I find that interesting because like y'all don't have the gun culture that we do. So I was like,
no,
how does an English person process gun bars? Like we love guns over here. Like y'all don't really do all that. Like. How does that, is there any cultural things that, you know what I mean, that might get lost in translation?
Cultural. I mean, for me personally, the only bars that I don't get would be like an intricate sports bar. Like when they did that, I carry all the time, I'm hot sauce. When DNA said that, I thought he meant actual hot sauce because I love hot sauce, you know? But apparently it wasn't about that. So, but in terms of a gun bar, obviously, I don't have a gun, quite clearly. No, there are people in London, I'm sure, that do, but you know, it's, of course, it ain't the same kind of culture. But I don't know. I think it's believability. I like various types of battle rappers. I love a gun bar. Doesn't mean that I'm necessarily living that life, but I get what he's saying. I believe him. I believe that that's where he's from, and I feel like as long as the battler is authentic, then I can fuck with it. I can relate to that bar. But yeah, in terms of cultural differences, I don't really think so, no. Because, you know, London can get gritty as well.
Yeah.
They don't have guns, but there is always that side to every place.
Right. No, that's true. I know y'all been, you know, y'all like to scrap it out. I don't watch Peaky Blinders. I don't watch these shows. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good show. You should check that out.
Speaking of, you know what I watched that had me bugging though? And it's funny. It's like that version of like Trailer Park Boys in like Canada. There's a show called People Just Do Nothing in the UK. That's fire. Like, is that that's a big deal out there too? Because that show is crazy.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah,
I've heard of that, but I've never watched it.
I've never seen People Just Do
it.
Nothing? Yo,
no.
You should watch it, yo. That shit is funny. It's like a take on like they got like a pirate radio station and shit, and they DJs and all that. Kind of makes fun of the scene in the UK and stuff. It makes fun of hip hop. It's pretty cool.
Okay, I'll check that out.
Yeah. Catch that one. I don't know if you smoke, but when I smoke, I'll watch that one. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'll definitely check that out.
When is it? When do you plan on visiting the state?
I'm planning to come out there next year. Definitely. I'm thinking when I come, I'm probably gonna come for about a month. So I'm coming for a little while if I come.
Yeah.
You coming to New York?
Definitely gonna come to New York.
It's the greatest place in the world.
That's a fact.
The thing is, I want to sort of go out there and do a few things, innit? But obviously, you guys are one state. It can be quite far from another. So I'm just trying to figure out where the best base is for me to be in. But I'm thinking New York. I mean,
you wanted the city got that as a concrete jungle. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, that type of stuff, a lot of stuff to do. This time of year, you probably want to do something a little warmer. You take your ass down to Florida somewhere. You know what I mean? Louisiana, something like that. Like, it's cool. It's just like, it's a different, because I feel like the city is like you've been to like London and all that. It's a big metropolitan city. But if you go to the South or you go to the West Coast, completely different vibe. Like that shit is way different. So LA, all that, you know what I mean? So,
I'm excited. I'm so excited, man.
Yeah. What's the occasion? Just on holiday? Like I'm stealing that from y'all too. Holiday.
I think yeah, definitely on holiday, chill, catch a couple events. That's, to be honest, I'm going out there for battle rap, not really much else. I want to catch a couple events. Sincere ciphers, I was talking to you before. I would like to catch a cipher if possible, and go to a few sort of hip hop nights, see what's going on out there.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. You should you should jump out here, man. I you know what I'm saying, if you end up coming over to the city, we always say, obviously we go to the local joints here too, on top of what they have for URL as well. You know what I'm saying? So of course, if you know what I'm saying, more than welcome, hang out and all that. Now, let's talk about just hip hop, like regular hip hop and specifically women's hip hop. I hate
women's hip hop. Okay.
I would be remiss if I didn't ask you about the Nicki Cardi thing and what your thoughts on that were. Okay. But you know what I'm saying, we could talk about other stuff, but let's just start there. What do you think about that?
What do I think about that? I mean, in terms of like I've never bought a Nicki Minaj album and I've never bought a Cardi B album. I mean, I respect them for what they do, but I can't say I'm a huge fan of either. If you want me to be completely honest, I'm not a fan, if that makes sense. But I'm not like crazy. I'm not a Barb. I'm not a Bardi.
You're not a Barb. Okay, all right.
No, but from the outside looking in, from what I saw of the back and forth, I think Nicki came across as rattled because it's like another female in your territory, you know. It gets like that, but I respected Cardi. I respected the way she kind of handled it. Obviously, she just put it all out there, you know. She laid it on the line for Nicki to respond to. And I feel like Nicki's been ducking just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Nicki been ducking? Where? Ducking what?
It feels like it. It feels like it. She jumped on the radio show, you know, but that's one way. There was no... You know what I mean? She sort of said her piece after everything went down. Whereas I feel like Cardi's just been coming at her neck. She hasn't been, you know, letting off.
Okay. Damn. Now cause I like Nicki. I think she's talented and I think she's very good.
What's your favorite song?
Very good. Of Nicki's? I mean,
that's how you catch a nigga right there.
What do you mean?
What's your favorite song? What's your favorite song, nigga?
What you off of what? Off of what?
Nah, nigga, you ain't no Nicki Minaj fan.
Nah, Roman Reloaded, the joint with Eminem. That's my favorite song that she's ever done. The joint with Eminem.
Right.
And obviously the joint where she cleans up Ross and Jay-Z and all that on Monster. Brewing them on that. And I love the mixtapes. Like Beam Me Up Scotty's one of the best mixtapes.
I think Cardi B make better music than Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is 40-something still rapping about putting pussy on niggas' foreheads and shit. Like I like that shit's stupid to me. Cardi B make that inspirational, get money, get out, stop being lazy, type shit, all that kind of music.
Polo. First of all, she's 35, and you don't think so? 40
is
not too old to be like out here. Like what you talking about?
35-year-old woman rapping about like I can't. That's not like she used like this nigga in 5 lanes. She used to be. Come on, my nigga. She like 40-something rapping about putting the pussy on a nigga's forehead. Putting the pussy on a nigga ears, putting the pussy on a nigga eyebrows. Like I don't.
Oh God.
What that shit don't do nothing for me. Like at least when I listen to Cardi, you know what I'm saying? She got the Spanish vibe, she got the reggae vibe, she got mad different vibes. Like Nicki Minaj just got.
You act like Nicki didn't make Starships and all this other experimental music, bro. And she's done a lot of stuff. She was talking about all that shit early on. She already did that.
Even on that galactic wave, she was talking about putting pussy on niggas' face from space and shit. Like she always talking about that shit. I don't want to hear that.
Put the pussy on his face from space. That's a bar.
Yeah,
I mean, this is the shit
man.
that people want. I don't know. Whatever.
That sounds difficult, but shout out to Nicki.
That's what you like, Miss Tanaka. Did I say it right?
Tanika. Yeah.
Tanika.
What,
That's
Nicki?
what you
like? You like Nicki, the pussy on the face, pussy on the side?
Oh no! I mean, I don't think it's really aimed at me. Let's be honest, but I don't know.
Polo, like, she said, "Oh no."
Nicki does her thing. You know, if that's what she's about, that's what she's about. But yeah. What can I say on that one?
I mean, I'm saying so. Say you in the crib, right? And you got a choice to listen to Cardi B or Nicki Minaj before you get ready to go out. Who you listen to?
Right now, It would out of those two, it would probably be Cardi right now.
Yeah, that's
I
what
think so.
I'm
I
saying.
think so, unless it was a Nicki throwback. But yeah, right now it would be Cardi.
I'm telling you, all she rap about is the same shit. Yeah, it's like same shit, different ways.
But you don't get mad when none of these dudes is out here rapping about the same shit. I'm pretty sure it's a bunch of dudes that's been rapping for about a decade about the same cocaine
My nigga,
and guns.
If it's
But
a
that's
nigga
okay.
rapping about getting his dick sucked every song, I'm not listening to that either.
I'm pretty sure if we did a quick Google search here, by percentage,
Right.
2 Chainz has talked about getting his dick sucked in probably 90% of his catalog. I don't know why, but he always makes it a thing to say some shit like that. So, bruh, people, I don't know. I feel like you changed the rules because of a woman. We doing this in front of company. Women's battle rap, because I noticed that you cover most of the big matchups for the men. You cover a lot of stuff that you see. When it comes to women, as a woman in media, do you feel a bigger obligation? A bigger obligation to cover women's battle rap? Let's get serious here.
I suppose so. I suppose there is that impression. I think I got to put my hands up. I have been slipping this year when it comes to female battle rap in terms of really checking for it like that or making a conscious effort to make sure I blog on it. What I will say is when there's been a matchup that's caught my eye, Jazz versus E-Heart, for example, like that was crazy. Then it's on my radar. I will blog on it. But yeah, to be fair, I haven't really covered the female battle rap as much as I probably should have. I can say that. So I think next year, I think I heard DEBO, I heard the podcast. He was saying he's got something in March, right? So I'll be checking for that for sure.
Yeah. Right. So, I mean, it is, to me, women's battle rap. And I try, like, listen, everybody knows I try to avoid saying the word female just because of the way people use it now. But, I think that the game is always better when you have more regions and more diverse voices represented in battle rap. So women's battle rap is very, very important. I'm trying to figure out how, like, ways in which you restarted, and commentators like yourself have a lot of influence. Do you, like, when you stumble across a dope women's battle, are you quick to, you know what I mean, like jump at like Nina Cruz and Vixen, for instance? Like, had you covered something like that, or you know what I'm saying? Like, what's been the outreach been like from the other groups and stuff too, you know?
I think, like I said, man, like that battle you just mentioned, I actually haven't seen that. So there's probably a long list. I'm sure people can fill me in that I do need to check out. But I would say for me, it's more if I see a fire battle, you know, and it gets me going, then I'll blog on it. That's kind of how I work. I don't really look at it like, okay, this one's a female, this one's URL, this one's not. Let me get the sort of, you know, get it all balanced. I sort of just, there's no formula to it at the moment. But I do follow certain people. So Jazz the Rapper is someone I'm a big fan of. Who else? I think E-Heart is crazy. C3, Shuni. You know, there's a few of them that I really like. QB as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm waiting for the QB Shuni, I think, to drop. I've heard that was crazy.
Oh my God. Listen. Let me tell you something.
Have you seen it?
I was there for it. And I'm like, you know,
oh, wow.
I'm glad I ain't get no chicken. Like, I'm glad I ain't eat nothing. Polo, I don't know how you ate and watched that. Like, I don't know how you did that.
So it was that crazy?
Oh yeah, I was eating some big ass chicken wings. I had a bottle. Right, I was right in the spot just enjoying all that disrespect.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it was wild though, Tan. It was wild. It was
more disrespectful than Arsenal. Some of Arsenal's rounds.
Arsenal and QB, I felt like took off in one round specifically each. But like for this one, the whole time it was just
Arsenal was so disrespectful versus QB. She was getting mad. Like that shit was crazy.
Yeah,
I think Arsenal trying to kill her in a disrespectful level, but
yeah.
When did QB get the title of being Miss Disrespectful? Where did that come from?
Man,
she kind of was like the bar person, like in the beginning,
right?
Yeah, in the very beginning, she was super bar heavy, but she's always had a filthy ass mouth to me. Like what? Like she's always said some of the most ridiculous shit like that. Is, you know,
shit to me. Miss Hustle was disrespectful, and E-Hart. They was real. Miss Hustle was real disrespectful.
Yeah. Who's your
Hustle? Yeah.
Who's your top all time? Though, like women wise, like who is your favorite or some of your favorites, if you will?
So top all time. Official, man. I love Official.
Mm.
I ain't seen her battle in a minute. I probably missed something, but yeah, Official to me is crazy. Jazz, of course, goes without saying, really.
Right.
I like QB. I like C3 as well. I really did like C3 against Tay Rock. She held her own. Yeah. So there's a few ladies that I'm definitely looking at. Okay. I just think, like you said, you know, I do need to look out a bit more. I think I need to check for them a bit more, see what's going on, really.
Right. No, I think there's a undercurrent of girls that are coming in now and that are doing their thing. I'm predicting a year from now, you'll see a lot of energy. So, all right. So let's go ahead and do this. Tan, you have been gracious enough to allow us to have your time here. We have 150 in the live watching this. Do you have a little bit of time for Q&A? Because it's people that, you know, want to ask you questions and things like that.
Yeah, get these niggas up here, man.
Yeah, for sure. I'm down.
I'm asking here, tonight. Polo. Yeah, get them up here. Yeah, listen.
Niggas act like little kids when you got a girl.
I don't know what's going on. It turned into 5th grade.
Oh no!
Like, Jesus Christ, my nigga.
You got a girl in here? Cooties. Like, right, so shout out. Shout out to everybody on here. If you're trying to get up here and talk, let me know. Yeah, I see my brother Hemi here, man. I'm gonna get Hemi on, man. I'll get Hemi on. Now Hemi changes his name twice a week in the group, so
yeah, I don't know who you running from, my nigga. I don't even know who Hemi is.
Top tier Hemi. Hemi, what's going on, brother?
What up, Tony, bro? What up, Polo?
Much, man. What's
good?
Man, we're not doing the smooth voice today. Go ahead, Hemi, though. Go ahead.
Man, nigga tried to come on here wild smooth, man. Put your real voice on. Let your shit crack, my nigga.
Now he got an accent. Now he got an accent. Like, come on, bro.
Man. So, I just want to know, like, do you think it'd be any room for if URL wanted to go over there?
Any, as in the UK?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've got a good fan base over here. Definitely. I think.
How do you think it'll be received, though?
I think it will be received really well. I mean, the SMA crowd, if you saw, like, that was sold out. And people, they were true battle rap fans that were in the building that day. They were finishing the slogans. They were predicting the bars before battlers said the full thing. Mm-hmm. They caught everything, you know. So I think they could easily do an event a year, no problem.
Okay, listen, I don't think, what I'm saying is, do you think that URL can like start from scratch over there and be like, we trying to set a base of rappers over here. We don't necessarily want any of our rappers to go over there to the UK. We want to start our own thing over there.
Mm.
That's a good question. I mean, I think there's a possibility they could do that, but then at the same time, if they know where those battlers are hiding at, let me know, because I've tried to put on a couple of events and finding brand new talent, and it's been a challenge to find people. A lot of the UK scene that I've come across are only into music. That's what they're trying to do. You know, they make music. So the concept of battle rap to a lot of people is quite foreign. I think it still needs to get introduced in terms of getting new talent out. So that might be a problem at first.
Mm. So what do you think is missing from there?
What's missing?
Yeah.
I don't, I don't know. I guess the scene's just different. I think it just hasn't really been introduced properly over here. I think the misconception that we talked about earlier has taken over. So I feel like for UK battle rap to take off, we need to rewrite the whole thing. Because like I said, the crowd is here. The battle rap crowd is here, but we don't really have that scene that mirrors that crowd. It's completely different. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done. For anything like that to happen.
I got one more, yeah. How you got K-Shine? How you got K-Shine as champion of the year though, without John John? Like I ain't hear none of y'all mention John John.
I mean, listen, John could get a mention for sure, but when it comes down to who's actually going to take it, I think K-Shine has that stronger case, really.
No, how? Listen, John beat Hollow. Tell me somebody that K-Shine got as powerful as Hollow on his list.
I mean, that's a good point, but Av is known with the bars.
That's
Av's going to go easy on Shine.
Wait, but you just said that K-Shine washed Av up. So we trying to say Av ain't as powerful as Hollow. I'm sorry. Hollow is just a guy.
Don't do this, Tan.
Hollow was just the god last month. Before he seen John, he was just the gun. He was just the god.
Right.
And you know he's serious because his voice changed, Tan. So
I
what you got to say?
shift.
What
I
you
felt
got to
that
say?
shift.
Yeah. You hear?
Okay, right. All right, so we got John, but who else though? Because we can't argue it over that one battle.
Ramnitty.
And that just happened. Ramnitty, right. Yeah. I mean, he's got a good case. I'm not saying that he can't be talked about. He can be talked about.
Wait, so how you listen? I'm confused. Like, how is K-Shine? How does K-Shine have a better case than John? He has Hollow. He has Hollow. Like, he has Hollow. He has Ramnitty. He has Big K. And K-Shine got YK, Ness, Av, and J Mills. Like, I'm pretty sure over there you ain't even seen 3 of them battles.
Over where? Over here?
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, the only one I ain't seen is the J Mills in full.
So how can you say that K-Shine is the champion, man?
Come on, Hemi.
But this is the thing, like, this is the thing, yeah. We're all gonna have different answers. I feel like it comes down to preference, right? This might sound crazy, but for example, I could watch just John as a battler in general. I think John is crazy talented, but I prefer to watch K-Shine when K-Shine's in his bag. That's just my preference. Okay, call me crazy. That's just my preference. When K-Shine, another with a death wish, all of that stuff, I go mad for that. And this year, K-Shine's been in his bag. Mm-hmm. You can argue the names. I get that, but what about the actual material that he was spitting against those names?
Like, it was ass. It was ass.
Oh, come on, Hemi.
No.
See, Hemi, we're not gonna do ass. See, this is my problem, with brothers. This is my problem. Come on the show with this. I don't know, this smooth operator Billy D. Williams voice first. Trying to talk to Tanika Tan, and now you up here illogical. On what planet is K-Shine trash? What are you talking about?
No, listen.
We can't say that.
No, listen. She's talking about her material, his material from this year. It's ass. This year material don't compare to Professor Sean. It don't compare to Smooth Operator K-Sean. Like, it don't compare to none of that. How can you
don't think he had nothing this year that was comparable to any of those? Did you watch the Young Cannon battle from start to finish?
Yes.
Did you really watch it? Because that second round is insane.
But listen, when I watch the Young Cannon battle, I don't see K-Shine 3-0 them. I don't see that.
I think there's a case that he edged most rounds. I mean, Young Cannon in the second was probably his strongest for me. But even then, K-Shine came back. He came back every time.
That's a fact.
It's a fact.
Hemi, get it together over there, man. Appreciate you jumping up here, man. You know what I'm saying?
So,
and shout out to Milwaukee.
Shout out to John. He does his thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Salute, y'all.
All right. You back to the smooth voice. All right, Hemi. Yeah. I see. I'll talk to you soon, man. That's my boy, man. Shout out to Hemi. Shout out to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my man's Raheem on. I think I seen Raheem. Did he dip? Because he was barking at me before. Well, I don't even see Raheem anymore. The brother Raheem left he on a smoke break. All right, so
I think I see him. He's saying low key K-Shine kind of trash though.
Oh, well, see, that's why Raheem. See, he's from Italy, but he's clearly African. I don't know what my man's deal is like. Let me get my man Q on. Q, battle rap Q.
Yo,
what's going on, brother? What's going on, Q? Talk to me.
I'm on.
You know what I'm saying? You on here with 10. You know what I mean? You on here with Tanika Tan.
Nah, but I chopped it up with 10. I showed her how to get on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we were talking in the punching room. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. So but punching room talk. Yeah. Talk to me. What's up?
Nah, we're not punching. Just want to get some info and shit. But yo, real talk. I don't know why niggas saying John is in the running. We can kill that talk, brothers. Like that ain't happening.
Wow.
Like, that niggas wilding with that. But Tanika, I
Q,
want to ask
Q,
you.
How is John not in the? Just real quick before we get to your question.
Come on, why are we doing this? He had a debatable with Hollow, which I think he lost.
Wait a minute, my man might have got a call.
Okay.
Yeah, I ducked it though.
Say that one more time. He might have got a loss, and then secondly, what?
He might got a loss. Yeah, he beat Ramnitty, but come on, son, he wasn't doing nothing powerful this year. Like, what are we talking about? He was better than K. I think K-Shine got a better angle than he do. K-Shine was dope, and I don't even fuck with K-Shine like that. But it is what it is, man. I still think Geechee should.
My man's getting accosted over here. Q, get it together.
Yo, fellas, BM hit me up, man. I'm gonna hit y'all back.
Oh yeah. Oh nah.
Okay.
Y'all know how that work, man.
Hey, I already know how it go, Q, man. Shout out to Q. Get hit up by the baby moms and all that. And I'm gonna get one more on for 10. I'm gonna get one more on for 10. But before I do that, 10, I did get a donation here. I got 2 donations. So first of all, I wanna shout those people out. Shout to my man Freestyle Media. He says TT is the sexiest female blogger in the game. Salute. Now he asked, what made you fall in love with this sport as well? He wanted to ask that.
What about the sport? Everything. I mean, I just love it. I think the versatility of it, the skill. I could literally, I just watch battles more than I watch TV, and that's an actual fact. There's something for every kind of mood you're in. Do you know what I mean? If I want something that's a little bit deeper, I might stick on a Oops vs Daylight. I love that battle. But then you could stick on a Twerk JC. I think it's the skill. I love listening to the bars, breaking them down, the energy that people put into it as well. I don't know, it's nice to see people put their energy and so much passion into something like that. And of course it's hip hop, you know, and it's it's fire. How can you not like it? I say this to everyone in London. How can you not like battle rap? People
agree.
Look at me like I'm
I
crazy.
agree. I look at people when they got 2 heads and they're like, yeah, I don't really rock with them. I'm like, you must not be listening to the right shit. How you doing this?
Facts. There's a battle for everyone. That's what I say.
So, all right. So let me get my man 03 Draft. I think he has something he wanted to say too. 03 Draft. I think he's a Philly kid. 03 Draft. What up, bro?
Right?
Yo, can you hear me?
What's going on, brother? You on with 10?
What's going on? Yo, what's going on, 10? How you doing?
Hey, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Man, I just want to say Hemi was way out of line coming on here wild like that. And y'all let him just talk to her. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know. Hey, she
But
good.
anyway,
She good out here. Yeah.
What I wanted to say was Hemi has no right talking about how powerful it is, John beating Hollow, when he's in the channel every night talking about how ass Hollow is. So he can't even use that angle, first of all.
Okay.
Wait, so you just go come on and shoot at him? Go ahead, though, Draft. Go ahead.
Because I normally miss it. I just hear it on the playback. So I got to get in here and get my jabs in. But anyway, I think Geechee has it clearly. I think the Nitty clear win, pushed him over the edge for Champion of the Year. And I think K-Shine is kind of ducking smoke from that Champion episode. The whole I can just sit back and it's a shoe-in. I don't agree with that at all. That's not the kind of attitude you should be having as a battler, because all year he's talking about, I'm 30 and everything, you know, I'm so powerful. And then now all of a sudden you just want to sit back and chill. Keep that same energy, because Geechee wants smoke. He's willing to fight for it.
Such a good point, Draft. That's such a good point, because even if I don't like this inevitability, bro, like even if I feel like that in my head about K-Shine, if I was one of those people, like, yo, he got it hands down. Hearing him say he got it hands down, no, you don't. Now I'm mad. You don't, no. You better act like
that was off-putting for me, Tone. For saying.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. And that's why now I'm like, yeah, I want to see the smoke now, because you think you too cool. Like, I don't like that. You know?
I want to see it. I really want to see that matchup.
And I'm all for it. K-Shine has had a great year. He's had wonderful performances, regardless of who his opponents are. But Geechee had his opponents were on a higher level, and if you put Geechee's performances against K-Shine's, K-Shine loses every one of those battles. Yeah, Geechee lost, and that's terrible. But he also just kind of like got himself some more points with that Nitty win. He's got more examples and more powerful performances. And I can't really remember a whole lot of what K-Shine said, even though he did have great battles. Okay. I can give you multiple quotables from each of Geechee's performances this year.
Right.
10? What you think about that?
That's a good point. I think that's with Geechee in general, though. Geechee, for me, has some of the... It's like when he says a certain type of bar, it just sticks with you. The police have helicopters. Like, he has so many of these kind of bars that are just absolutely fucking crazy.
When he said I put a quarter in a box. What did he say? I put a quarter in. Well, help me out, Tone. What did he say about the jukebox? He said I put
against
a quarter.
Nitty?
No, yeah, against Nitty. He said something about a quarter in a jukebox. That was fucking crazy. Nobody's ever had that flip on Nitty being fourth.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That was just everything. He can take the simplest shit and make it sound so crazy.
Do you know what I like as
well? He has a way of doing that, for sure.
When he said, you'll have rum all over the car, I could get charged for an open container. Come on,
bruh.
Like,
I'm in Arizona. I'm riding through Nitty
He's getting
City.
better with each performance.
Bang bang, chitty headshot. See something coming off the top. That nigga Nitty witty. Like what? That shit is
Oh, God.
crazy, son. Like
He's battling top tier battlers, and he's getting better with every performance. And everything everyone had a problem with him about, he has corrected and continued to fucking improve. He looks at his opponents. He hasn't shown. I mean, the second round was a little choppy, but compared to everything else that's going on out here, I'm not even that doesn't even deserve to be mentioned.
Wow. That might be the best defense of Geechee Gotti being champion of the year that I've heard of.
Yeah, I'm out here. I'm out here for anyone that want to defend it.
You've almost changed my mind. It's crazy. I'm feeling influenced right now.
But excuse me, Tan. I didn't mean to come on punching and all crazy. I normally miss the show, so I'm excited to be on. But it was nice to hear your voice. Nice to finally be on with Tone and y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Though I got to get to bed. But I appreciate you getting me up here, Tone. Love the show. Tan, keep doing your thing. Holler at y'all later.
No doubt, man. My man 03 Draft with the bars, man. Appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we got some nice guys in here, too. Some manners.
I'm enjoying this, man. I like it.
You know what I mean? Now, I think I see one more person here, and then we can keep it moving.
Right.
Just, make sure you hit me with the tag, and I'll get you up here if you try and get up here. But no, I think this is important because, like I said, I think the tent can grow a little bit more, right? Like I said that our fifth biggest market with our show is actually the UK, like London, like it's a huge for us, right? So that's why we've been focused heavy on SM and really getting a lot of them into this. So, when you see somebody that's a woman and also overseas and everything, I think this is a good opportunity to get you around different people. And it's good that you're not shook up here. You know what I'm saying? Like we can, we could talk. We could talk real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I love it. Why not?
All right. So let me get Mr. Say Anything. His name is ominous, but yeah, Mr. Say Anything. Yeah. All right. Mr. Say Anything, what up?
Yo, it's good. Everybody good?
Yeah. Got you, brother. What's going on, man?
Wonderful. All right, Tanika Tan, nice to meet you. Hope you enjoy the American influence. You know what I mean? You're getting the best of both worlds. Hit me with the ignorance. OT Draft with the meanness. You know what I mean? It's a good welcome to our world. But on this champion of the year thing, we're going to talk about this. I would like to know why nobody's mentioned the Iron Solomon's name enough.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
We're going to start. We're going to start like this. You know what? I'm going to bring another thing in this. I can argue Iron Solomon has the most classes this year.
The most classics?
Yes.
Classic battles?
Classic battles. Now, this is what I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
Beginning of this year, a lot of people forget the first half of the year when it comes to champion of the year.
I absolutely agree.
The first
it's hard, yeah.
The first half of the year, Iron Solomon and Chilla Jones had an instant classic
I agree.
that everybody was talking about. And then around summertime, everybody forgot about it. Because now, when they mention Iron Solomon, they only talk JC, T-Top. Y'all are complete. And might I add, I don't have Iron losing any of those battles.
You got him beating JC.
2-1.
Go back. I had to pull the Posey like
nope. I watched the pay-per-view.
Listen.
I'm gonna tell you what. The first time I had JC winning, right? But he got me. The most Drew. He the originals. Yeah. No, I was in it.
That was crazy.
I was in it.
Yeah.
And then the second time I watched it, and the third time I watched it, I looked and I was like, you know what? If I step outside of my melanin situation,
this brother became less and less woke as he watched the battle. That is insane.
From a straight battle rap perspective, Iron Solomon was way more versatile each and every one of those rounds. JC stuck to one angle all 3 rounds and tried to punch him at that. Iron had a rebuttal every round. He freestyled at least once every round. The Sue Surf walk on water to me was the bar of the battle.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
To me, I gave JC the second because the second round was probably the most potent one out of all the 3 angles of him being a Jew. I gave that to him. But first and third, I definitely gave the Iron. The third round was the hardest one for me to judge. Now, I gave Iron to it clear to me. I gave JC the second clear. The third was the one I kept switching back and forth. I was like, you know what? Nah, Iron definitely got the one.
But you're seeing the case for Iron Solomon because of those 3 battles that he had, and you think that he won all 3 of those.
Chilla Jones, yes, I think he won all 3 of those. I know you can't count the Rum Nitty battle, of course. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I feel like I can't confirm this, but I feel like Iron Solomon has at least another battle coming either on Volume 3 or on the Decade card, the King of the Dot.
Okay.
And the depending on who he's battling, which I'm sure is going to be a name, if he wins that battle, it's going to be hard to argue that this man's not champion of the year against Geechee or, up there with Geechee, Shine, Pat Stay. Pat Stay deserves his credit too. He done beat gods this year. Tay-Rock, Bird, two gods. Let's be honest, URL god. And, after the new thing, Bird is pretty much the GOAT to most niggas. Mm-hmm. So my thing is, with you, Tan. So how if we can sit there and try to compare K-Shot resume to Iron Solomon resume this year, how does that stack up to one another as far as
that's a good question. What do you think about that, Tan?
So say that last
resume to resume, Iron Solomon
resume. Iron Solomon and K-Shot.
K-Shot.
K-Shot is your champion of the year.
Wow. Okay, that makes it interesting because if we're looking at it on paper,
I forgot about Big K. He 3-0 Big K, half-assing it.
Oh yeah, he did.
I forgot about
right.
Wow.
On the moot card, Iron Solomon has done only major cards this year. King of the Dot's only major card he was on. The moot card he was on. SM7 and SM8 he was both on both cards. And it's going to be either Smack Volume 3 or the Decade card, which is going to be the only other big card King of the Dot throws on. So he's only doing major cards. To me, he's won all of them. I mean, he didn't beat clearly in all of them. Like, to me, he edged Trilla Jones 2-1, 3-0.
Right.
He edged JC 2-1. He could beat clearly 3-0 Big K. And to me, he beat T-Top 2-1.
Right.
But
I think that's the problem. I think that's why Iron isn't brought up as quickly in this conversation. When, to be fair, rightfully he probably should be. But I think if you look back at his resume over the year, like you said, he's edged a lot. And it's when you edge, it's debatable. So not everybody's going to think he beat Rum Nitty. I actually have Rum potentially taking that. In the building, I had Iron, but we watched the pay-per-view back, and on pay-per-view, I had Rum. JC, again, I think I actually had JC when I did my review on that. So everyone Iron's come up against has been, the battles have basically been classics. But because they've been classics and both have just been coming like that, it hasn't come across as, okay, you got that win, Iron. Whereas K-Shine now, when he's beaten Jay Mills or Ines or, okay, maybe not the Young Cannon battle because he was swinging back, but you can clearly say that he's beaten those people.
You think Young Cannon was swinging back in that battle? I don't know what battle you ever watched, but continue.
I mean, he had bars for him in the. I thought Young Cannon was quite fire in that in the second.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He was all right, but I'm sorry. Shine overshadowed him every round. I'm sorry. Like,
he did.
Shine made it look like he was a whole level above him.
But I think she's saying that he wasn't trash though, and I don't think he was trash either.
No. Yeah, I'm not gonna. He
was far from trash.
I'm not gonna say he bodied. It was definitely 3-0. I'm not gonna say body, but it was definitely 3-0. Like, it was clear.
Right.
Facts. But my thing about the Rum Nitty battle was based off last year. Now, my thing about the resume, it's hard if you're gonna go off resume because yes, based on champion of the year last year, they did do the resume versus resume. So when they look back at it, K-Shine, Jay Mills, who we all figured was probably outdated, and he ended up being outdated. That name isn't as powerful as people would like to try to put up there as being powerful, which is the same thing you just said about K-Shine saying he could sit back and, bro, that Jay Mills name that you think is supposed to help you ain't really helping you like that. Whatever. But case may be, okay, you got Mills, you got YK, you got Ness. And did he battle? I think he battled somebody else this year, I believe. I just can't think of it. I could have sworn to see another. Anyway.
Was Av this year?
Yeah, yes. Av, strike. Av. Okay, so out of all of that, I'm going to say, obviously, the best one out of all of those people was Av.
Yeah.
All right, so you compare that to Silla Jones. Big K. Yeah, we know Big K has been having a slump for the past year and a half, whatever. Okay, so y'all can do with that whatever will.
Yeah.
JC. And T-Top, T-Top, JC, and Chilla Jones already overtakes K-Shot's resume immediately.
I halfway agree with that. Although some, I'm gonna be honest though. Some of those wins aren't super powerful in 2018. I'm gonna be honest. But wait. Go ahead, Ten. Go ahead. What would you gonna say?
That might be the problem too.
I was basically gonna say what you just said there, Tony. I feel like his resume, like I said on paper, he's got a very strong case and. That run battle did a lot. Oh no, that wasn't be class this year, was it?
That was last year.
Oh right, okay. But yeah, the battles he's had this year, it's a good case, but I don't know. Pen wise, of course, or resume wise, but impact wise, and this doesn't mean it's right, but impact wise, I don't know if he's made as much of an impact in certain rounds. You know, it's been close. Some of them battles have been quite close.
Yeah, he giving you airplane noises. Don't be giving us airplane noises. Yeah, I'll let you get your last bar, and then we gonna wrap up soon. Go ahead, bro.
I got you. Anyway, so my thing about it is like Okay, so I got you with the it may see because it's not as clear as a win. But my thing is, if you're back, you know what? You weren't part of this, Miss Tan. So forgive me for the Tony bro. You remember this? Just about a week ago, we had an argument about Geechee's resume having more people on it with difficulty compared to K-Shon's resume.
Yes,
now,
we did.
Because the argument says Geechee lost 2 battles, for people like to forget the Cali Smooth joint where he got 3-0. Yes, he got 3-0. I watched that twice.
Yes.
So that's going to come up too. But so if that can be possible for K-Shon to try to use that to argue my thing, it's like if you're doing resumes, Iron Solomon and Cat State to me have the top 2 resumes this year. Geechee's up there with them because he did have T-Top, he did have he's battling these dudes and he's finding ways to win. So I can understand the Geechee joint. I'm having a hard time buying the Shine thing. That's all I'm saying. I just can't see it. I can see Geechee, I can see Iron, I can see Pat. But like the Shine thing is like, yeah, okay, you 3-0 these guys. Like tone, bro. Like, what does beating these guys in 2018 means? What?
I got you.
Beating J Mills, beating Enes, like everybody probably beat that J Mills. Almost everybody battling Enes beats Enes at this point. We just let Enes rock because it's Enes and it's the Philly legendary flow.
Right.
We don't really go in expecting Enes to win a battle. We just go to get interchanged. You see what I'm saying?
I got you, bro. I got you. I'm a let me do this because these are great points. We're gonna discuss these and all that, and I appreciate you jumping on. All right.
Of course. Hey, all love is love. Appreciate me, you Miss Tan. Welcome to Black Compass family. All right, Tone, bro, y'all be easy.
No doubt, brother. An impassioned plea for Iron Solomon. I respect it. I do respect it. Tan, did you catch the? I mean, because he brought up Iron Solomon. Iron Solomon was on that. Because I didn't get a chance to ask you. What did you think?
Right.
Did RB have the card of the year this year with Rare Breeds, or do you think SMA is better?
Oh, with our
card,
right.
Yeah. What was the better card this year?
Well, let me think. Are we talking about the Calicoe Ill Will?
Yeah.
That card. Or,
we talked. Well, yeah. Calicoe Ill Will. J Mills, K-Shine.
I mean, well, first of all, I didn't get the pay-per-view for that.
Yeah.
My bank account didn't stretch that far. I had a lot of expenses were flying out, but yeah. I mean, I feel like I can't give a fair say until I actually see the card in full.
Okay.
But RB have been doing their thing.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, what do you think about RB? What do you think about what they're doing, how they're moving and stuff like that? You know what I mean, as a league.
I like RB. I mean, they've put on some great battles. Obviously, Mook Verb. I enjoyed watching that one. Had some of the most conversation of the year. Some could argue in terms of, just fan conversation. But yeah, I think RBU do their thing. Definitely. But in terms of best card, I think that's hard. SM8 was a great card.
Yeah.
SM8 was a really great card.
Right. It was a good card. And I think we have to go back and really examine that. That's why I like the end of the year superlatives, you know what I mean? Because it forces you to really be reflective because everything moves so fast just in culture, you know what I mean? So
exactly.
It's like I've been telling people, I'm like, yo, bro, it's actually really good battles out here that's not getting enough love. Like I still believe that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But Tan, I've appreciated our time here. And you jumping up here and giving your opinion and really kind of cause I feel like my audience or the audience that listens to us may be a little bit different than what you might be used to, but you clearly know your shit. So you're getting a lot of respect off of that and
thank you.
and things of that nature. So you're getting good reviews. They're not killing you. They you know what I mean? Cause they could be ruthless.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. But everyone's been really nice. I was expecting just straight on the call, like, fuck you, Tan. I was like, okay, all right. I'm sorry. I was prepared.
Yeah. Now I ain't gonna lie though. After Hemi's voice went up a couple octaves, I was like, this might take a turn. I don't know. But nah, Tan, before you go, I want you to highlight, give us your social medias, how can the people follow you and things that you might have in the works. I just want to make sure that the people get it,
Okay, thank you. I guess the main thing would be YouTube is Tanika Tan UK on there. I'm really bad with social media, believe it or not. This is one thing I really need to work on. People have been telling me, but I'm not on socials all the time. But yeah, my Twitter is @Tanika Tan. My Insta, a couple people asked, is Tanika Tan. So the extra tan on the end gets complicated. Yeah. Double tan, that's it. Right. And that's about it. Yeah, you can catch me on most of those, but the YouTube will be the main thing in terms of the blogging.
That's what's up. I'm glad that you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm glad that you put that out there. I'm glad that people are seeing that. If you are hearing my voice right now, subscribe to Tanika Tan's channel on YouTube. She's actually breaking down battles and battle rap and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Dope. Obviously a very dope perspective, very unique. Not afraid to converse at all with the people who support. So, you know what I mean?
I really enjoyed it. Thank you for asking me to jump on, man. This was real nice.
Hell yeah. This is the first of many, because you know how it is. Like, the first one we cool and all that. We might be yelling the next time. I'm gonna be honest. We're getting toward the end of the year. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
I'm down. Just shout me. I'm down.
No doubt. All right. So with that being said, on behalf of everybody that's out there, battle rap, the UK. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's listening to us right now in society and the entire team that's here. I want to give a special shout out to my man Pose, you know what I'm saying? As far as his family and everything, one of our co-hosts, he dealing with that and everything. I know everybody's been asking where he is and everything. He's in good spirits. He's just, he's getting himself together. So, big shout out to him. But until next time, man, this will be up soon for everybody. Black Compass, we up out of here. Peace.